Hi guys, Ralph here. Now for today's video I thought I'd do something a little bit special for you. Neil from Retro Man Cave, on his second channel, the Retro Man Cave Extra Caverns channel, back in March he asked everybody if they could submit their cave tours, and after that I actually did get quite a lot of people submitting videos, including my own. Started doing gaming memories, gaming best games for certain letters of the alphabet. So obviously start with A and Z. And this video has got my cave tour and all the other videos that I submitted. I only started submitting them from M, so I missed out the first lot. I think I was either a bit shy or just didn't think I had anything to contribute, because most of my stuff is systems and not games so much anyway. But I managed to get a few in there that some are a little bit awkward to get in, but they were still hopefully pretty good anyway. So this video for today is just to show you all of those, the ones that Neil showed, and there are quite a few that Neil didn't show because he was inundated by so many videos, that so many brilliant content creators, some people who should be content creators, some people that have got amazing collections. Now this is absolutely nothing compared to what some people have got, but this is my beloved treasured lot anyway. So hope you enjoy the video, and we'll get through to the end, and hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. Hi guys, Ralph here. Now you wanted a view of a cave? Well, I don't have a cave, I have a garage instead. So here's the door. Let's go in. A little bit of bonus footage here, by the way. There's a on the floor rolling for no toll. So see, this is essentially a garage, and that's all it's ever going to be, is a garage. Not enough room to fit a car in, but with lots of things, lots of crap in the sides or stuff like that, just storage of stuff, gardening stuff. But my cave is this corner over here, so everything I do on the desk for part of the videos is all there. My collections of things things I really should do or get on with. PlayStation collection is very small, to be honest. There's a PlayStation 1, Classic, 3, 2, PSP rip-off, and and then Xbox at 360 as well. Some monitors I need to do. But I have parts above where I go, where I actually film all the videos, and stuff is to hand, so I can easily get on with stuff. Fair Fights, Xboxes, I have a double monitor setup so I can see stuff while I'm actually filming. And the weird thing about it is a moving magic moment for you. When this camera is actually up here, I have a mount to the this part of the camera here, so you actually are upside down. So, but that's fine. That's my moving magic. Flip every single one of the films. I've done since day one. But yeah, I have a nice little collection here of things nicely growing. Some games to the left, some more Xboxes, a Fairchild, lots of Spectrums, my Amiga. Things are wrapped up because I don't want them getting dirty in here anyway. There's an upgrade kit for a Spectrum, C64, 2 Atari STs, some other Atari stuff, classic Ataris, flashbacks. Here's my Sega collection so far, and I really do like them. They've got the Japanese Saturn as well as the black Mark II version. A couple of Dreamcasts I need to do stuff with. The Monster joystick. Thank you very much, Neil. That's coming in an upcoming video. And the Nintendo collection with the Brawler. Lots and lots of things. Shameless plug for Bluebell Wood there. But yeah, it's simply a cave. It's just my garage. And I have to do what I can in here, even underfloor heating, well, under table heating at least anyway. But yeah, I hope you like that. Yeah, lots of crap in the top as well. Like I said, this is what I have, which is really nice to have. So yeah, thank you for watching. I think I'll Gizmo's on the floor down there. See if I can see him. There he is. So no, did he? No, come on. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna talk. Talk? No. I'd rather just show you his bum. So, thank you very much. Bye. Hello Neil, how are you? Hi cave dwellers, Ralph here. Right, for my M video, I'm a little bit late to this, hence the shameless top shelf there. My M video for the games I used to play has to be Moon Patrol for the 2600. It's a brilliant game. Never played it on the arcade, but when it comes round to Expo, if there's an Expo on, then I'll be looking out to try and play this on the proper arcade machine. Now, it's a brilliant little game. You go over holes and shoot spaceships. There's only like 4 levels and it recaps on itself anyway, but I've had an earworm for a long time, and I'll show you what I mean. I've got 2600 here, right up to the TV. Now, turn her on. Screen comes up. It might not be the right colours, I'm not sure there's a problem with this one anyway, hence why I like to fix them. You play the game. And you crash. But my earworm was something, and I cannot figure out exactly where it came from. There was something I had of music, and I swore that it was part of this. And I don't know whether or not anybody realised, but on the 2600, turn it on. But you put the difficulty to A, fire. This is my earworm. For 30 odd years, maybe more than that, the earworm's just stuck in there, and I could not until I figured out that it's actually, you're playing music on the hard level on the 2600. But it's a brilliant game. I'll try and play it, shall I? If you can see it. Jump. Fire. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels to do to get to the end. And I don't know why it's still stuck in my head from all that time ago. Because it's not that good of music either. It's very repetitive and annoying. Oh, nearly. And the end of here. First part level. So, there's my M video. Moon Patrol, Atari 2600. Now back to the studio. Hello Neil. Hello cave dwellers. How are you all? Ralph here. Now, my end video. Now, I'm not quite sure what to do for an end video, but I'm kind of inspired by a lot of consoles that I never had growing up. I kind of went a different route, Spectrum, Ataris, but I just don't know what to do for one. There's not that many end consoles around, I'm sure there isn't, but yeah, let's see my choice. It's the grown-up Nintendo Scope. Pew pew, pew pew. Now, I actually bought this one not long ago, and it's fully boxed, fully whatevered, and it's a hell of a piece of absolute useless kit. But by God, I wanted one, and it's so useless because your televisions don't work on this anymore, and it's a shame. But somehow, I'm glad I don't play a game where I have to do this all the time and just try and, because it'll be very uncomfortable to play, I'm sure. But the trigger as well, that's ridiculous. What's trigger there? Do you do there and you do over here? I mean, like I said, I never had a Nintendo growing up, so I wasn't privy to having one of these. But they are fun to have. They really are fun to have. Is that the bomb? A switch on there, turbo mode as well. Woo! But yeah, the Nintendo Scope I think it's just fun, and just goes back to times that, yeah, well, we'll never see add-ons like this again. They'll be just virtual reality stuff and stuff that you'll never, I don't know, never see the size of them. It's ridiculous. You have little tiny little, yeah, gubbins of an add-on joystick, but by God, these must have been fun on the day. So, yes, thank you very much. That's my end video. And as always, back to the studio. Hi Neil, Ralph here. Now, I've really had to dig into quite a lot, and I just can't figure out. I've not got much in the garage anyway for O, but I've gone through my Steam library on games, and I've got to show you. Everybody must have heard of Oddworld. There's the Ford games that they brought out, which on here I'll show you. There's Oddworld, which I'll load up in a second, which is the Abe's Odyssey. Then there's Abe's Exodus, which is really, really good to play. Continuation of it. Munchen's Odyssey, a different character, same as Stranger's Wrath. I've not played the latter two, but I've got both of them over here anyway. And then they did the New and Tasty, which is a full HD remake of the game, not just a change of certain bits. It's a full new game of it. But what's really special as well, when I just figured this out doing this video, is Oddworld Soulstorm? I don't know. I mean, that's supposed to be released later this year. But yeah, let's look at a couple of little things. This is Abe's Odyssey. Hopefully you can hear it. You can tell the graphics aren't as good as they should be, but so get over it. Such a good game. It's a cheeky game. You can see on there the graphics are just good enough, but they're good for the PlayStation when they're first out. But with more HD TVs coming on, it's kind of a little bit. You can see the blocks. Simple platform game, left and right. We can run around. But it is as simple as that. It's a brilliant game to play. Just to avoid the that is, and not go boom. Now let's try and load up. Trying to do a difference between the original and the remake. Hello. Yep.
Hello. Okay. Follow me.
Follow him. The graphics on this now is absolutely ridiculously good. It's coming through.
Disrupts your farms.
It just sound the same.
They say it's the biggest meat processing plant on Oddworld.
Let's get moving. Bring through stuff now. So, there you go. That's my Oddworld. Simple as that. And with that, back to the studio. Hello, Neil. How are you today? How is Elder Cave Dwellers doing? Good? Right. I'm Ralph. Oops. Shameless plug there. Do excuse me. Right. My P video. Right then. There's only one P that I can actually think has changed my gaming history as much as... Well, I was kind of out of gaming for quite a while. Kind of just plodding along with certain bits. And then this little gubbins come along. Yes, it's a Sony PlayStation. And it was nice. All I had was Tomb Raider and F1, the first game for this. And it's just the most funnest. Get yourself back into gaming, because there's no faffing around with it. There's no keyboard. There's no pads, anything. It's just straight onto the disc, and it's easy to faff around with. And there's been so many evolutions on the PlayStation, the PSP, obviously. The PS2, which is quite ridiculous, the amount of things you can do with this. And there's even a hard drive on this one that I've added onto it, so I can have tons of games on it. And the slim version, obviously, and the mini that came out last year, the year before. And then of course the daddy, what I love to play is the PS3, and it's such a good console. I don't want the PS4, it's too bulky, it's too expensive, and the games, there's no retro stuff on it whatsoever. But it's my P. It's my P. Yes, it's my P. I need to cut it out. But yeah, it's such a good gaming system that you can get so many evolutions out of it. And it came out of absolutely nowhere, the PlayStation. Everything was either Sega or Nintendo, then boom, off these come. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Love the PlayStations, especially down to these. It's nice having a plug and play version with some games on, but that needs hacking, by the way. But yeah, the original PlayStation is my P letter for the consoles, the games, or whatever. So anyway, thanks for watching. Back to the studio. Hello, Neil. And how are you today? I'm fine, thank you very much for asking. How's the cave? How's the cave dwellers? Now, Q. Q for the letter of the Q of the... it's quite a tough one, I thought. But then I was looking at the calendar the other day and thinking, this would be a really good calendar for the Q. So I actually thought long and hard and completely ignored the idea for the calendar and went for a quick shot joystick. Now, this was, apart from the joystick for the Atari, that little stumpy little thing which, surprisingly with the amount of hammer that they used to get, never used to break for me. But yes, these are old joysticks from way gone past. This is the quick shot one, 5 button, exactly the same. Yes, it's Spectravision, but it's a quick shot one joystick. Now, I used to play a lot of Daley Thompson's Decathlon on the Atari 2600, and the problem with that is it was kind of a copy of Track and Field for the arcade, and all you would do with the arcade was left, right for your buttons. So when you're running, quite easy. Or you go jump, quite easy. But with the joystick like this, left and right with the left and right feet, and then you would fire to run. However, you'd never really have it stuck anywhere because you'd be sat on a chair in front of the television, your parents' house. So you'd have this in your hand, grab hold of the shaft and waggle like crazy. Now at this time I would think I was about 12-year-old. This does hurt quite a lot of the wrist, especially when you're doing the last one, which is the decathlon. I think the 1500 meters, but by God it used to hurt. And I used to break a few of these, hence the quick shot 2. Even though it's a Spectra video, this is a quick shot 2. You have two buttons, one on top and the trigger button, auto fire as well. They're amazingly simple joysticks for the time, but they were better at waggling. Keep it waggling while you're going, but you could never fire it properly to get your jump. Hence, that was a lot better for doing that with. Anybody with a dirty mind, please leave the room. But this is how joysticks were. There's other games that are out there that which were definite joystick killers, but this was mine. And then the quick shot 1 and the quick shot 2 joysticks from Spectravision. So thank you for watching, and back to the studio. Hi Neil, Ralph here. How are you? How are the cave dwellers doing? Right, R. I struggled with R, like I always do, but I came up with a couple of ideas. Now, I was going to go along the lines of a Raspberry Pi, which this is quite nice, and it's being flashed thanks to Retro Recollections for Dan to pointing out the video. Did this myself on one of my own videos, and it's got a full, oh, is it a retro arch system on here? So I just need to plug it in via the HDMI, power, and plug a joystick in. Which is the problem? Is this is pocket size. It's about a pack of cigarettes or whatever. If you don't smoke, then fine, don't bother. Don't take it up. But this is a good for certain things, and there's the mammoth amount of things I'm sure I could do with these. However, for your gaming fix, retro mini controller, you see what I did there? Yeah. And retro TV games, these are exactly the same. These are handheld, small, piddle little joysticks. They're about that big. But you see with his hands there, you can see how small it probably is. But it's got a stack load, probably over 200, but they're all some of the copies, mostly like NES games and SNES games. But it's a perfect, yeah, it's a perfect gaming fix if you're ever away from where you are. I mean, most people have got either some consoles or a PC or something that you could rig one of these up to, but they're pocket sized. They're just absolutely ridiculously good. And I don't work for Red 5, I don't work for Orb Gaming, but they're absolutely spot on for it. Tiny little things. And I got one from car boot sale because somebody had opened it at the car boot sale. Oh, I've never been open before, and ripped it. Got that for £1. And I got that one for Christmas off somebody, I think for about £5 or something. But yes, but they're just two buttons, start, whatever, plugged straight into your TV with a proper composite out. So it's dirt easy to just play some games if you're bored. And they even take, I think they take batteries in the back. Yeah, they do. So you haven't really got to plug it into the wall or anything. Ridiculous. So, a retro mini controller, which is retro TV games. So anyway, with that, back to the studio. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, hello Neil. Hello cave dwellers, how are you all today? Ralph here. Just put these out of the way a second. S, got a lot of wonderful things, haven't we, for S? I could have gone for Sega, I could have gone for Sonic the Hedgehog. Wanted to go for either Space Invaders, but I never actually had this game as a child. I always wanted this game as a child. But I did have this one, Smurf. But I thought it wasn't right to do an S on a game. Especially when I'm a big Atari fan. So, I do. Here is my 1040 STF. Now the STF is made with a floppy drive and no modulator, which would have been the STFM. However, this one, for some reason, has got the modulator on the back, which is quite weird. I've upgraded this already to have the GoPro inside. I even put side-mounted joystick ports, which are either a good or a bad thing. I'm not quite sure just yet, but this isn't my original, but this got me through a lot of nights playing games, learning how to do lots of stuff. Microprose Grand Prix, Microprose Golf, absolutely love playing those on here. I mean, with this one being the F, I found a bargain not too long ago. I think it was about £40 or something, and this is how it came. I haven't done anything with it. It just has to say 520 STE, and it is a full STE, proper original, clean out, absolutely amazing STE, but it's a 1 meg version, so it's a 1040. So absolutely love the ST. Yes, I've only got into the Amiga scene last year with my first one when I got it from a car boot sale, and I really like using it, playing it, but this was my choice. There was a guy I used to know who knew certain people or subscribed to certain whatevers, and they would all send discs around and copy discs and whatever else. I was never part of that scene, but would borrow a disc off him occasionally and play a few games. But yeah, An absolutely wonderful machine these are. I really did love playing these back in the day. But to have two, I don't know what to do with two. So, yeah. But I'm glad I have got the STE, even though that's my gaming one. The STF/M. So, yes. Very nice cup. Ooh, look at that. Pretty. So, with that in mind, thank you very much. And back to the studio. Oh, sorry. Hi, Neil. Just put that back over here. Hi, cave dwellers. How are you today? Right, tea. Let's have a think of tea. Now, I thought of doing tea for Monster Joysticks, but I can actually, I can spell. So that begins with an M, and I missed out on that opportunity anyway. And I've struggled to find anything with a T. I don't have a lot of games, like I've probably said before. I'd have nothing from my original childhood and from my original life before starting the channel. But a strange curiosity came over me, and I know there were certain people who kept tech, and this, actually, I do like this because it's such a quirky thing. It's a Tandy word processor. I mean, this, for one, it's got a full-size keyboard, maybe a tiny bit smaller, but full-size, nice sounding keyboard. This works perfectly well. I got this from a woman not far from where I live, and it's 6 volts, negative earth, well, negative, positive on the outer of the on the connection, so don't put it into a normal power supply. But it's one of those things that it's a curiosity. I will never use this, and I know it works perfect. The thing is, the main one out of these was the Amstrad notepads, and there must be a million uses for these, and I just don't know. Tandy were a really good company we had a different company in this country but sold Tandy stock, but Amstrad, Tandy, they're all, you can't find a proper use for these nowadays, these little portable word processors. Notepad, yeah, you've got a little app on your phone which has everything that you'll have on here, calculator, word processor, diary, whatever, but it's such a weird curiosity. And the colour of that is absolutely amazing with a green screen on it. I'll assume that one will come on, because this is a future project anyway. This doesn't actually work, but this one does. This is just a normal standard with the black letters on the front of it, but this is just gorgeous green, absolutely amazing green. So that's my tea for you. It's a Tandy portable, which they are, to be honest. They're not pocket, but they're portable word processor WP2. And now, back to the studio. There it is. Let's get it over and done with. Hi, Neil. How are you doing today? Hi, cave dwellers. Ralph here. Right, today's... Yeah, I'm getting a little bit bored. Today's game, shall we say. I've struggled with this one. I have no idea. Again, I've said this before, I don't have anything original, and I don't collect much on game-wise anyway. Most things it's just, it's consoles, it's systems, it's computers. I've struggled to find something until I just looked over the bookcase over there, and I found this. It is the Uno Kart 2600. Now, this is in a case that I got the sleeve printed from One Click Print, made it myself off of there was a asteroids cover, that's why it kind of goes into asteroids down here. But that's by the by, really. The Uno Kart, if you don't know what it is, I don't even know whether or not they still make this or not, it's an EverDrive kind of version for the 2600. So you basically, whatever type you've got, if you've got an NTSC, you'll take that jumper out, PAL, go on to the right hand side, PAL 60, or is that 80? I don't know. Put it on those two jumpers, and you put everything, all your 2600 games, ROMs, on a card. I mean, I've obviously got a 4 gig card. You don't need that much for the whole lot. But it can come with 3 different covers. This is not a sales to those. This is kind of, I bought this. I wanted a complete system. I want the EverDrives for the different systems, the N64, the SNES, Mega Drive I've already got one for. But this is every single game you will ever want or need to play or can play for the 2600, and probably a lot more. It's a crummy 3D printed case, which I might actually get a case that's been, well, as I said, the ROM might have burned or whatever, or possibly even sand this down. It's a 3D printed one, which just doesn't look that good, to be honest. So I might just get an empty case and rehouse this, which shouldn't be difficult. It's only a small ROM in there. Cut away the back there, cut away that bit there, and I'm done with that, and I can take these labels off easy enough anyway. So the Uno card, if you don't know much about it, it is, shall we say, if you haven't got a full collection, or you'll never get a full collection of the Atari 2600. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'm back to the studio. Hi Neil, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you very much for asking. How's the cave? Right, I was little sick. Nobody will know this apart from me and probably Neil. Maybe Jamie from One Click Print as well. But one of my old setups is there. Yeah, look at that. I made the calendar, aren't I clever? So, V. Oh, I have struggled for V and I don't know what to do for it. So, the only thing I think of is that. It's a Fairchild Channel F video entertainment system, but it's a video cart. So I'm going to cheat with that. And this is my small little collection of Fairchild stuff. I started out with this when my friend of mine did donate his Fairchild, and it works absolutely perfect with 3 games. Number 1, number 2, and number 5. I think they were anyway. But I've expanded since then. It's amazing how other videos, games there are out there for this thing. They're all so simple, plain, and absolutely they're rubbish, to be honest, compared to what you get nowadays. But they were absolutely excellent games to buy. By the way, that's not the only one I've got. There's number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, number 16, and your bonus ball is number 21 in a slightly different box there. But they're all video carts, even though it says bowling on the side of it. It's video cart 21. I think these are the UK or the American versions of these. I think the UK. Let me have a look in number 1 though. See, these are the cardboard is so fragile on these, it's ridiculous. I mean, the Fairchild, if you've ever seen either mine or Neil's video on them, they're brilliant little things. They are the cartridges, the first cartridge-based system that you could change things with. So they're the first ones of the second generation. I mean, the boards look so like they haven't been used, which is a shame. But they come with a catalogue. They even come with look at that, as a warranty card they come with. It's absolutely ridiculous, these video carts. You're just drilling it again and again. It's a V, so I'm actually striddling. But they're absolutely amazing, these. They're bright yellow. There was a German company that did some more of these as well. They kind of got the ROMs and onto different discs, well, cartridges. And they're such a good curiosity. You get inside, there's nothing that you could really faff around with. If you did faff, you'd probably break them. So, but to play, it's such an awkward game to play. The weirdest thing about the Fairchild was actually there was a hidden game on that. If you didn't have the cartridge, there was one game already built in there, apparently. I haven't checked it myself, so it could be completely false. But it's like the Alex kid on the Mega Drive. I haven't got one. Master System, that's the fella. It's built into there, so there is actually one built into the Fairchild. So, lovely. Video cart. I could have gone even more tenuous than that, to be honest, by going, here's a video game. But no, these are the video carts from Fairchild, Channel F. So, with that in mind, thank you very much. Back to the studio. Hello, Neil. Ralph here. W. What the heck can I do for W? Long and hard thought about this, and the only thing that springs to mind for a W is the hours of watching idiots on YouTube. They've got all the nice setup and they're all happily playing, all the family's there, and you get one of the kids going, "Look at me, Mom, look at me, look, I ain't got the..." And it goes straight through the television. So it's my today's contribution is the Wiimote. The Nintendo Wiimote for, surprisingly, the Nintendo Wii. And I have 3 here, and all of these, if anybody does play the Nintendo Wii in front of my television, this will go on. But it's so funny watching people playing this and just holding on, and yeah, they've got these rubber things on now, which are absolutely horrible, because the whole remote was quite small. Then they got a little pack on the bottom, then they got all the extra parts with the rubber because it was supposed to bounce off your television. No, but watching people on YouTube smashing their televisions up, and it's like, the shock on their faces is, I can fix that. Or somebody to think it will mend, I can just polish it out, and it's like, no, television broke, just scrap it. But these must have been, oh yeah, they must have been a nightmare for grown-ups with kids just not thinking when they were throwing this at a television when it's meant to be strapped round your wrist so it doesn't smash the television. But yeah, I do recommend just go on YouTube, find people throwing things at the television. It's so much fun to watch, just not fun to do. And I've never done it myself just yet, but there's always 3 chances to do it. So with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. Back to the studio. Hi Neil, how are you today? How's the cave dwellers doing? See how big that was? It's just less than a foot. Amazing. So, X. Now, I didn't have to think long and hard at all, to be honest, for the X, because there's just one thing that I've got quite a lot of in here. And thank you to Fairfight 14 of Retro Box Room. I have an Xbox. This looks a little damaged, a little bit... could do a little bit more clean, to be honest, but I've got an idea for what to do with this. And this. And surprisingly, this, it gave me 3 Xboxes to play with, to do what I want with. However, the biggest problem with having 3 Xboxes from Fairfight was, I'd already got 1. I'd already got 2. And can you see this one coming? Yes, I have 6 Xboxes. These 3 work out, they all work perfectly. These 3 have been modded. They can be put games on, loads of games whenever, if ever I feel like doing it. No immediate rush, it's not like I'm going anywhere. But these 3 from Fairfight, they're all cleaned up, took off bits and bats. They could be, I could do all sorts with these, but I'm thinking of a project to try and do with these in the future. But I might mod them to hell on cases to try and do more with these. I mean, this case, most of these cases are a bit scratched. You can see on top of here, it's not, I wouldn't say it's polishable, because you've got the gloss surface there, you've got the matte over the top of here. It's not easily cleanable to restore back to factory, back to perfect set thing, but it's I want to do something with them. That's what's frustrating about these. I need to do something with these, and I think modding the absolute hell out of these, maybe cutting sections out, following some good videos online, and seeing what I can actually do with these. It's a shame that the monster joystick won't work with them, or will it? Maybe it will. Pretty clicky goodness. So, with that in mind, time for a cuppa, and back to the studio. Hi Neil, how are you today? How is the cave dwellers holding up? We're on letter Z. Right. Has anybody wondered how big Derek Findus's head is? Yes, it's actually 6 centimetres. So, I'm going to get these out of the way because I've got a big one here for you. Pardon the pun, and please don't take it the wrong way or ban me. Right, little bit of shameless editing there. I thought of actually being quite clever with this and doing this, a Xeon TV game T800C. It's like a grandstand, it's like it's one of the old-fashioned Pong sort of games. This doesn't work. It's in the it's one of my projects I've been leaving and faffing and going back to and all sorts. It's a tiny little thing. It's only about that kind of that big, decent chocolate bar sort of size, but it's a nice little thing. But I cannot do this without mentioning, and I'm sure somebody else has already done this for the S, but here is my Spectrum Plus 2 grey. Bought because Gary Pinkett said to buy a grey one because there were less faults with it. Fine, works absolutely perfect. Here is my Spectrum Plus 2 black. Bought because it was an absolute wreck, but upgraded, updated, cleaned and whatever else. It's probably one of my best for gaming anyway. I prefer to use that all the time, but yes. So the Plus 2. Rubber keyed, boxed, mint. A guy from not far from me gave me this. Says, here you go. I don't need it anymore. Off you go. And I was like, okay, fine, because he put a bag with it as well, with absolutely stacks and stacks of add-ons and stuff. Also, a Plus 2, which I bought on eBay. It's not exactly as mint as what the rubber keyed version is, but works an absolute treat. But I'm coming, and I haven't unbagged this. This is the original upgrade kit for the Spectrum. This has the keyboard from that in it. The reset switch, all the gubbins you need to take the motherboard out of this one and stuff it into a better keyboard. And I left it in the polystyrene because it's a full complete kit. I don't know whether or not they actually came with, well, they won't come with elastic bands obviously, but they don't know whether they came in a box anyway. But on the bottom of this it will say upgrade. But there's one other I'm going to show you. I'm going to change the camera angle, but I'm going to show you because when I did my tour video, it was a little bit, there was problems with the video anyway. I think there was problems with the codecs or whatever else. So when I got it all edited or whatever, went past something, and Neil did point out that he liked something. So I'm going to do an unboxing for you right here. Camera over there. Give me a second just to swap things around a little bit and get it over there. So what is it I'm going to unbox for you? Well, what Neil liked was the Plus 3. Boxed, almost complete. The only thing I'm actually missing is the game that comes with this. However, I would have bought one a while ago, except the person who was selling it on eBay wants far too much for it. So I'll just sit and wait. It's not like I want to play the games on this. So the box is not too bad for its age either. So I've got all 4 pieces of card in here. Comes with a joystick, because that was part of the ammo pack. See, model may vary. Can't even see that, can you? Joystick, model may vary, but it's an SJS1, and the beauty of these is, it's a box in a box. Tricky. So let's get the box. Put on the box. Open that. Upside down. I have arrows pointing the wrong way. So try and get that out. I hate polystyrene. Oh, there we go. Nothing in that box. Spectrum Plus 3. Oh! I've not done much with this. There's a bit of dust on here I could do with cleaning it off, but it's all original
All the feet are there, proper serial number. No changing of the boards on this one. Power cable, original power supply for the Plus 3. It's showing there. You can't see, my thumb's in the way. Yeah. The 128 ZX Spectrum. So just say ZX Spectrum Plus 3 before the Spectrum. So I'll assume either a lot of people have been a little bit sly like I have, putting this right at the end. But it is a gorgeous machine. Step on the back. Excuse me. But got this from a guy and he said that there's a fault with it. The the disk drive doesn't work. Okay, fine. But I've been told by my friends that it might just be a belt that's gone. And it was. He just never had the idea to do it. To take screws out, change the belt, which was a very easy fix. And this works absolutely perfect. I've got some discs for this as well, so I can play some games. If not, anything into the expansion with the Future's 8-bit card. So there you go. There is my ZX Spectrum Plus 3. So, very nice. Very pretty. So, with that in mind, back to the studio, Neil. Thank you very much for watching.